Today I'm just going to be showing off my rat deck and talking a little bit about it. It's a 60 card deck, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It has 22 lands. I only have a few non-basic lands. I have 2 Rogue's Passage, which is add 1 colorless to your mana pool, or 4 tap, target creature can't be blocked this turn. Just if you want to get some damage due to them, it's always nice. And rats are usually small, so sometimes you don't want them to be blocked. So I got 2 of those. I have a Bojuka Bog. When Bojuka Bog enters the battlefield, exile cards in target player's graveyard. Usually, if they're gonna pull something back from the graveyard, you can play this. It comes in tapped, and just tell them to get rid of their graveyard. Pretty nice. And the last non-basic I have is a Haunted Fengraf. It's add 1 colorless to your mana pool, or 3 in sacrifice. Haunted Fengraf, return target creature random from your graveyard to your hand. Just if I have really nothing else, I could just play this and get a rat back, whatever rat, but it's something. And then just the rest is just all swamps. And then for my sorceries, enchantments, and instants, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 12. I mean, what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14. Sorry, 14. I have 2 Magrim. These are good. Whenever any opponent discards a card, Magrim deals 2 damage to them. I have 2 of those. I have a 1 Murder, which is just a kill card. It's a 1 and 2 black. Destroy target creature. Stab. Ow. I have 2 Tragic Slips, which are really good. There's just 1 mana, and it gives target creature -1 until end of turn. But it also has a Morbid, and if a target creature died this turn, that creature gets -13, so end of turn. So that can do a lot of damage if one of your rats dies or one of their creatures dies. And that's usually what I play them for. And since this is my rat deck, I'm going to have a lot of discard cards. That's really what I'm running. I have 2 Mind Rots, and they're just 2 in a black. Target player discards 2 cards. No fun. I have 3 Wretch Mind, which is a very cool card, I think. It's just 2 costs. Target player discards 2 cards from his or her hand unless he or she discards an artifact from his or her hand instead. So you're going to either make them get rid of an artifact, or if they don't, they got to discard 2 cards anyway. It's only 2 costs. Great card. I got 2 Distress. That's just another 2 cost. Target player reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-land card from it, and that player discards that card. So you get to play this, you get a peek at their hand, and then you also get to choose a non-land card and tell them to throw it in their graveyard. Not bad. I got 1 Ostracize. It's just a 1 cost. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. Choose a creature card from it. That player discards it. Just early on in the game, if you get this, you can check out their hand, just scope it out, and then get rid of a creature if they got one in there. Then I also have a Duress. It's just another 1 cost. Target opponent reveals his or her hand. You choose a non-creature, non-land card from it, and that player discards it. So again, just an early discard card. Very cool. And the rest of my 60 card deck is creatures. The first rat I have right here is a Swarm of Rat. It's a 1 in a black. Swarm of Rat's power is equal to the number of rats you control. Its toughness is always 1, but it can get pretty strong. And it's very cool. That's something like you could use the Rogue's Passage. On this one, it's really strong because it only has 1 defense if you don't want it to just die. So that's nice. And then the next creature I have is Kuro's Taken. It is a Rat Samurai, a 1 in a black. It has Bushido 1, so whenever it's blocked or becomes blocked, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. And it also has a 1 in a black regeneration cost, which is nice. You can always just keep them alive if you have some extra mana. Samurai Rat, some tentacles. I have a Chittering Rat. It's a 1 and 2 black. It's just a rat, and when Chittering Rat comes into play, target opponent puts a card from his or her hand on top of their library. And he's a 2/2 creature. So it makes them put a hand on their library so they know what they're going to draw next. It's just nice. I have a Disease Carrier. It's 2 and 2 black. When Disease Carrier comes into play, Carrier comes into a graveyard from play, target creature gets -2 until turn. So once he dies, you can use that ability and maybe kill the creature that attacked him or blocked him, or kill something like a 2/2 or 1/1. So it's very nice. I have 4 Ravenous Rats, which are great cards I feel. It's just a 1 and a black, and is a 1/1 creature. And it has 1 Ravenous Rat enters the battlefield, target opponent discards a card. So these themselves are just 4 discard cards. Very cool. And that helps a lot with the Magrim. Whenever they discard a card, they take 2 damage. I have a 2 and a black, Nezumi Ronin. It is a rat samurai. It has Bushido 1. Whenever a creature blocks or becomes blocked, this creature gets +1/+1, so it would be a 4/2. Yep. Very cool. This is a newer rat I got. It is an Ink Eye Servant of Oni. It is a 4 and 2 black, legendary creature rat ninja. It has ninjutsu 3 and 2 black. Return an unblocked attacking creature you control to your hand. Put this card onto the battlefield in your hand tapped and attacking. So, if you have a creature attacking, say he's attacking, and he's unblocked, he does his damage, I can pay the ninjutsu hand, pretty much swap places with them, and then he would do his damage as well. And that's just something cool. It also has, whenever Inkai Servant of Oni deals combat damage to a player, you may put target creature card from player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. That's a big one right there. And it has 1 and a black for regenerate Inkais. Very cool card, and this one's also shiny. It is foiled. And I have a Nezum Grave Robber. It is a 1 and a black, and it has a 1 and a black, exile target creature card from opponent graveyard. If there are no cards in that graveyard, flip Nezum Grave Robber. Flippy flippy if you get to flip him. And then he becomes Night Eyes the Descent Corridor. And it's 4 and a black, put target creature from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. Legendary rat wizard. So that's pretty cool, but you also gotta make sure that they don't have a graveyard. And that's also where the Bojuka Bog would come in, because when this comes in, it exiles out their cards in the graveyard, so that's kind of nice. Maybe I'll add a few more of those in here. I got a Nat Mister. It is just a 1 cost for a 1/1, a rat shaman. Each opponent's maximum hand size is reduced by 1. So it's very nice, especially when you want them to keep discarding cards. So yeah, just puts extra pressure on them for 1 cost. I have 2 Sewer Rats. These are pretty nice, and the artwork is pretty cool. It's just a 1 cost for a 1/1, and it also has black, pay 1 life, +1/+0 until end of turn. You cannot spend more than 3 mana this way each turn. So you can make him a 4/1 and take 3 life, but yeah, it's nice. Just an option to give him more strength and stuff. And it's an early card. Very cool. So I have 2 of those. I have 1 Diseased Vermin, 2 and a black. A Summon Rat, a 1/1 creature. During your upkeep, Diseased Vermin deals 1 damage to a single opponent that is previously damaged for each infection counter on Diseased Vermin. Diseased Vermin damages a player in combat, put an infection counter. So pretty much, if I attack with this and it becomes unblocked, or if I wanted to, I could use a Rogue's Passage on it. I would put a counter on it, and then next time it's my upkeep, they would take a damage for each of the counters on this. So if he's gets multiple unblocked, like say 4 or something, every time they would take 4 damage. So it's nice. I've actually won the game from this card before, just from the upkeep effect, which was cool. I have 2 Pestilence Rats. They're 2 and a black from Ice Age. Summon Rats, and the power is blank and 3. Pestilence Rats has power equal to the total number of other rats in play, no matter who controls them. For example, as long as there are 2 rats in play, Pestilence Rats has a power 2 and 3. So even if your opponent has rats, that affects his power, but his toughness is always a 3. I have 3 Typhoid Rats. Just a 1 cost for a 1/1 and a rat with Death Touch. Really great card. Kill pretty much anything with it. Very cool. I have 3 Crypt Rats. Love these cards. I use them kind of as a board swipe if I need to. Or maybe even a finisher. It's a 2 and a 1 cost for a 1/1. And it also has X. Crypt Rats deals X damage to each creature and player. Spend only black mana this way. So you could really clean the board if you want, if you paid enough black mana. Or even finish the game off. But you also take the damage, and so does every other creature, unless you regenerate them or something. Yeah, but I love the Crypt Rats. Very cool art. Yeah. And the last card I actually got today. Nezumi Shortfang, 1 and a black. 1 and a black, target opponent discards a card. Then if that player has no cards in their hand, flip Nezumi Shortfang. He comes in as a 1/1. but if they have no cards in their hand, flip. Stab Whisker the Odious. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player loses 1 life for each card fewer than 3 in his or her hand. And it's a 3/3. And since I'm running so many discards, they could possibly take quite a bit of damage every turn. Very cool. Yep, so that's my rat deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks.